film the intro to a video at the end of the video. Hi everyone, my name's Ashley. If you are coming back after those first two videos I posted on my channel, welcome back, friend. I missed you. Hope you missed me. Glad to see you back. Can't believe you stayed. This is still an art channel. I'm just kind of trying to mix up what I do, make things a little more interesting. If you can hear my boyfriend working in the basement. So what we're doing today is the first video in my art history makeup series. It's not a painting. I thought about doing paintings based on each period, but that just got way too complicated in my brain and I knew I didn't have time for it. I barely have time to do my own work, so I figured makeup was a lot easier. Today first is the Stone Age. Again, not a historian, not a makeup artist, so take all of this with that in mind. With that being said, let's get into it. Let me tell you what, this YouTube thing, it really is as hard as they say it is. We are going to start with the Stone Age. The Stone Age lasted from about 30,000 BC to 2500 BC. Main characteristics of the art at this time are the cave paintings, the female body, fertility, goddesses, with the makeup, because I recorded about this whole thing without doing my makeup while I was talking. I washed my face. I've got my skincare on. Judge me, I don't really use a real primer. I mean, I guess this is kind of a primer. I'm not going to talk about product because I'm not a makeup artist. I'll just kind of mention what it is. It's the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Rose Spray. You can use it as a primer and a setting spray and whatever. I think I'm going to do my eyes after I do my face, just because this isn't a complicated eye look. Some of the chief artists and works of the time were Woman of Willendorf, the painting at Lascaux Cave. I'm sorry if I said that wrong. I'll put the name here. Isn't that neat, guys? This isn't going to be a crazy complicated makeup look because again, it's based off the Stone Age and they were not crazy and or well, I can't speak for that, but they were not complicated. And Stonehenge. Imagine that if makeup existed back then, it was not anything extravagant. I'm just using a flat foundation brush, square foundation brush. Oh, you're not a makeup artist. Some of the major historical events that took place during the Stone Age period were the end of the Ice Age and the first emergence of permanent settlements. Sorry, I'm going to look at the camera. I'm talking to you. Okay. The Stone Age is broken up into three distinct periods. The Paleolithic period, the Mesolithic period, and the Neolithic period. Don't worry, there's not a quiz. Stone Age specifically is defined by when researchers began discovering humans using stone tools. This lasted until about the Bronze Age. Sorry. Tarte Shape Tape in fair beige. So professional. This isn't really about the makeup, it's more about the art history period. But I'm going for, as I said, a much more natural look. The foundation I used is a little bit thicker than I would have liked. But it's too late now, it's on my face, and I'm not starting over. Researchers have actually found that humans were not the first to use tools. There was an ancient species that used tools located somewhere in Kenya. However, the Stone Age specifically marks when humans began using tools. I'm not going to go into crazy depth about what the Stone Age is, but in order to understand the art, you have to understand the artist. And so I kind of want to talk about what life would have been like for them, because then what they made will make a little bit more sense. Mini hula, because I'm broke. I do just use the little brush that's inside of it. And save your comments. I know I'm pale. Part of my identity at this point. So are my eyebrows. You know that Mean Girls quote? That's why her hair is so big. It's full of secrets. That's why my eyebrows are so big. Secrets about the Stone Age. Can you move your eyebrows? Like, I knew a girl in high school who, she was so cool. She would do this little skit where she would pretend she was sewing and lifting her eyebrows because she could move them independently. I can only move this one, and not even very much. And that's my story. Buffing brush. Just use it to make it look not so crazy. I wonder what will make the final cut for this video. I'm trying to make myself look like I'm from the Stone Age. I'm just trying to make a look inspired by the Stone Age. Back to life in the Stone Age. The animals at this time were massive. Massive. I'm talking saber-toothed cats, mastodons, giant ground sloths, and various other Ice Age animals. Since most of the Stone Age was spent without permanent dwelling, I would say it's probably safe to assume that most of your day was spent either running from animals or hunting animals so that you could live to see another day. Let's just say the theme was eat or be eaten. When those megafauna began to disappear at the end of the Ice Age, with this little elf Forever Sun-Kissed bronzer, I think it's the primer infused one. I don't know, the sticker's gone. Humans started to plant roots, literally and figuratively. They not only began to make permanent dwelling places, houses, but they also began farming, which took away from their need to constantly spend their day hunting and gathering and running from predators, because they had protection and they had other means of food. I don't know how people talk and do their makeup at the same time. I can't focus. I could be as carved out as her. So the tools started to change when their lifestyle started to change. But the most important tool, and the first one that kind of deemed this period the Stone Age, was the hammer stone. It was used to separate meat from flesh, open seeds and nuts, crush bones, and used to grind clay into pigment. Fun fact, most of the tools were right-handed. Right, I'm gonna go in with blush. This is NARS Orgasm. This is just a contour brush. Oh, this is a contour brush, but I use it for my blush. I know I look a little whack right now, but just bear with me here. I do look sunburnt, and boy do I know what that looks like. Come back in here with a sponge. I'm pretty sure this is the Wet n Wild one. Never owned an actual beauty blender. Let's circle back to the broke comment. Not actually like broken. I'm okay, guys. Can't justify spending $20 on a piece of sponge. This has worked just fine for me. And before this one, I was using the Real Techniques one that was like $5. So, okay. Looking a little crazy, but it's all right. Wow, camera quality is way too good to be zooming in. Not letting you guys see that. I don't even want to see that. They did create axes, hand axes and spears, because they did still need to hunt, and of course they were building at this time, so they needed to develop a different tool system. The beginning of these new tools also indicated the emergence of cultural identity. Different groups and sectors of people in different areas were making their tools out of different things for the very first time, rather than just grabbing a rock. Things could be made out of ivory versus bone, decorated differently, marked differently. This also made a way for the art to begin. Stone Age art has been dated back as early as the Upper Paleolithic period, appearing in parts of Europe, the Near East, Asia, and Africa. The focus of the art of the Stone Age reflected their everyday life as well as what they valued at the time. The population was small, so reproduction was quintessential to the survival of the human race. We were not at the top of the food chain yet. That being said, one of the earliest pieces found from the period is actually an ivory sculpture of a woman with very exaggerated breasts and genitalia. She is called Venus of Hohlfels. It's German, based on the name of the cave where she was found. Sorry, I'll put the name right here. Do my eyes, real simple here still. This is the Beauty Bakery. Proof is in the Puddin' palette. I didn't grab an eyeshadow brush. Shit. Guess we're not making this kid friendly. I don't know what I'm doing. Tartar sauce. All right, this is a BH Cosmetics brush. Doesn't have a name or a number, sorry. It's just an eyeshadow brush. And I'm gonna use, I don't want any shimmer, keeping it simple. Oh shit, I'm bad at this. I'm gonna use this one, Warm cocoa. Take it back, I'm not using this one. I'm using this one. Back to the lady. She had big boobies, big female anatomy, because again, reproduction and the survival and continuation of the human race was of the utmost importance. So when you see cave drawings of women with larger breasts, often depictions of men with very large male genitalia, it was an indication that they were desirable. This kind of indicated the beginning of the veneration of a particular body type over another. And it finds its roots in the natural desire to find the perfect mate for reproduction. The most well-known pieces from the Stone Age are, of course, the cave drawings. That's what I'm basing this look off of today. Can you hear my cat? He wants to go outside. Not now, big man. Boyfriend's home. As well as depicting animals, they usually had things like maps that included trails, astrological signs and indicators of direction, as well as logs showing time and distance traveled. Some early shamans were also thought to have made some of these cave paintings while under the influence of natural hallucinogens. You know. And all of these images were carved out with, you guessed it, the same hammerstones that they used to remove flesh from bones, open nuts and seeds, all that good stuff. Same stone that gave their lifetime its name. That is the Stone Age, the art history of the Stone Age. Again, I wasn't going too much into it. There isn't a whole lot to talk about as far as the Stone Age and art goes. Art back then was necessary. It wasn't most likely viewed as a creative outlet. I'm sure they didn't even realize what they were beginning at that point. So that's the Stone Age. Thank you so much for watching. I know there wasn't a whole lot of information. I'm sure these videos will get longer as we go into the different periods. They get a little bit more complicated and political, some of them. So I hope you like the look. Again, this isn't the makeup they did in the Stone Age. It's just my interpretation of the time via makeup. Not a makeup artist. Like I said, just like do my makeup like a lot of people do, and thought it would be a nice way to show my interpretation of the time period as we talk about it. So thank you again so much if you've made it to the end of this video, and again, if you're returning, love you, and I promise I will try to be here more consistently. I love it. It's a lot of fun. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. Let me know what period you're most looking forward to. I'm going to go in chronological order and hit as many as possible till I get tired or people tell me to stop. Thanks so much again, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!